And then at the beginning, one of the first questions you asked me about unity of the Church. Pope Pius XI, in Mortalium Animos, very clearly says that the very concept of calling the Church to be anything but one, unified, is to be condemned. Because in the Creed we say, unam sanctam catholicam et apostolicam ecclesiam, credo in unam sanctam catholicam et apostolicam ecclesiam. I believe in the one Catholic Apostolic Church. The one Church. The Catholic Church has always been one, and the Protestants are not disunited members of the Church, but they are not members of the Church. They are outside the Church. All the Protestants are outside the Church. All the heretics are outside the Church. All the schismatics are outside the Church. The Russian Orthodox are not our sister church. The Russian Orthodox are outside the Church, period. Objectively speaking, mind you. I'm not judging the situation of an individual soul. I can't. The poor priest out there in Siberia who has never studied proper theology and doesn't know much about the so-called Church of Rome, I don't know in what state you'll find his soul, and I'm not going to attempt judgment. Judge ye not that ye not be judged. But objectively, when we talk about facts and not persons, objectively, he's a heretic and a schismatic. He's a heretic because he says the Pope is not infallible, and he's a schismatic because he says the Pope is not my boss. He rejects the primacy of Rome. You reject the primacy of the Pope, you're a schismatic. You reject the infallibility of the Pope, you're a heretic. And all heretics, all schismatics are outside the Church. That's a definition. Nulla salus extra ecclesiam catholicam. No salvation outside the Catholic Church. And Pope Eugene IV made that very, very clear in 1441 at the Council of Florence, which for those who like footnotes, it's number 1351 in Denzinger Schönmetzer. And there...
In Mortalium Animus, did the Pope really tell us that no matter how good it appears, we cannot be in union with the Protestants?
He not only said we cannot be in union with the Protestants, he said we are not in union with the Protestants because they have left the Church, and we must not even be present at these interchurch meetings.
So that's opposite of Vatican II.
Exactly. It's the exact opposite.
So how can that be?
For the very simple reason that Vatican II is going against church doctrine, therefore it's null and void. That's it. Vatican II goes directly against the tradition of the Church. It goes against defined teachings in its document Unitatis Redintegratio on Ecumenism. It goes against the defined doctrine of the Church in its declaration on religious liberty, when it says that human being, through his own dignity, the dignity of his own nature, has the right to choose his religion. This is a sentence that was explicitly condemned by Pius IX in the syllabus being a list of condemned sentences, 80 sentences, 80 statements that the Pope in his different documents condemned, and they were put together by the Holy Office under one title, Syllabus Errorum and whatever. And the syllabus is ordinary teaching. Okay, it's not extraordinary. It's not necessarily infallible in the sense of a solemn definition, but it's ordinary teaching, and he talks about very, very theological matters. Now, either Vatican II is wrong or Pius IX is wrong.